how to get to consensus ASAP. What's up? It is Erik J. Olson. So one of the steps in the sales process that you need to be aware of is to reach consensus. What I mean by that is you and the prospect have to agree on some fundamental point about the change that is needed before you can really progress to the next steps of the sales process, which has to do with proposing a solution, providing pricing, and then closing the deal. Not specifically in that order, but you have to get to consensus that there's a problem that needs to be fixed. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. The way that we've been doing it for a long time here at Array Digital, the way that I like to explain it is like this. I just bought a new to me, but it was 3-year-old Lexus. And before that, I was driving during the pandemic an old beater hand-me-down car. It was a 2007 Jetta. And it's old, right? 14 years old. What do you expect? It's not that great. I don't really care about cars that much like that. Let me just state that. But I needed something new. I knew it was time. The pandemic was winding down. I needed to get out and about, and people were going to see me. And it was a little embarrassing, to be honest. So look, if I went to a car dealership and if I was a hand raiser and I said, hey, I'm interested in the Lexus. Well, to be honest, I had already done the research. I knew everything there was to know about that Lexus. I just hadn't sat in one yet, and I hadn't driven one yet. But imagine if I went to the Lexus dealership. And by the way, what I'm telling you now is how we used to handle getting to consensus. I went to the dealership and I said, I'm interested in a Lexus. And they said, hey, that's great. I'll tell you what, let's book a meeting for next week. And I will tell you everything that's going on with your current car, the 2007 Jetta. And if I agree to it, then a week goes by. And by then, honestly, I'd probably moved on and bought a Lexus from somewhere else. But if I agreed to the meeting, then with our whole process, we would sit there for about an hour and a half. And we would tell, or I guess it would be Array Digital would tell me, I guess really in this example, it would be the Lexus dealer would tell me all the problems that they found with the 2007 Jetta. The engine's underpowered. Your AC is about to go out. There's some rips in the leather seats. You haven't vacuumed it, Erik, in like a year. It's not very big. It's not very nice looking. There's some issues with the paint. The tires are going bald. They would have told me all the problems with with my Jetta, and then they say, I'll tell you what, let me get back to you in about a week and I'll provide a solution. And if I agreed, and if I stuck around to wait for that next week, then we would get back together and they would say, okay, well, I think the solution here is a Lexus. Here's all the makes and models of Lexuses with all the options. Here's a massive grid with like 16 to 20 different variables. Boom. What do you think, Erik? And I'd have to pick from that selection. So I'd have to look at all the products, all the prices, and come up with this combination that I thought made sense. And it would take like an hour to do that. But wait, we're not done yet. Okay, let's get back together in about a week and I'll show you the contract, Erik. And then you get the point. I'm not going to stick around for that. As a matter of fact, if I'm the person that rolls up to a Lexus dealership, either online or in person, and I say, hey, I'm interested in a Lexus, here's all they have to do. Here's how they could get to consensus. And this is what they do. As a matter of fact, they don't really get to consensus about how shitty my 2007 Jetta is. They just get the consensus that I want a Lexus. It would go something along the lines of this. Hey, Erik, I see you rolled up in this Jetta. Do you like driving that Jetta? And I would say, what do you think? It's a piece of crap. No. Consensus. That's it. Boom. How long did that take? 10 seconds. 10 seconds versus weeks and hours of meetings and prep time. A massive improvement in our ability to turn around prospects and to get them to the finish line quicker. Time kills deals. If I have to wait 4 weeks or 3 weeks or 2 weeks or a week before a Lexus dealer will give me a proposal, I ain't going to wait around. By the time that I submit that form or drive up to the Lexus dealership, I'm ready. I know I got a problem. So if I'm a hand raiser, you need to pounce on me, right? So for you, if you get people coming to your business, you have to make the sales process ridiculously caveman simple. You need to give them everything they need as quickly as possible and then ask for their business. But you have to get consensus first, which means they have to agree that there's a problem that requires being fixed. How you do it is you ask them. It's that simple. Do you want to fix this problem? Yes or no? If they say no, then how can I help you? What I don't understand. What are you doing here on this Lexus lot? So look, ask them. Do we need to fix this problem now? Hey there, it's Erik J. Olson. I wanted to let you know about my book, $1,000,000 Journey: How to Launch a Seven-Figure Business. This is the story of what it took for me to go from freelancer with no clients, no employees, no revenue, to growing a $1,000,000 business. It took me 8 years and I made a lot of mistakes. And all of those mistakes, and more importantly, lessons learned, are in this book. And we have chapter takeaways, 5 to 15 takeaways that you can apply right now to your business. Check it out on Amazon, $1,000,000 Journey by me, Erik J. Olson.